Most people trying to buy a home in New York think there's two options: keep renting or somehow find a way to do it alone. But there's a third option that more and more buyers are using, and almost no one is talking about it: buying with a partner. Not a romantic partner. I mean a friend, a sibling, a roommate, someone who also wants to stop paying someone else's mortgage. And when it's structured correctly, it might actually be the smartest way into the New York City market now. I'm Nicole Hamilton Bernheimer. I'm a mortgage broker in New York, and I specialize in exactly this. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how co-buying actually works, what are the real risks, how to handle them, and how to know if it's right for your situation. Let's get into this. Here's the math that's driving this. The median home price in New York City is not friendly to a single income. A 10% down payment on a $750,000 apartment is $75,000 plus closing costs and reserves. You're looking at needing $100,000 or more in cash before you even get to the mortgage. Now split that with someone else. Suddenly $50,000 becomes the number, and combined income means that you qualify for more and with better terms. That's the basic case, but there's something bigger happening that I want you to understand. When you buy real estate, you're locking in your housing cost. A fixed rate mortgage doesn't go up every year the way that rent does. Your landlord can raise your rent. Your mortgage payment can't raise itself. And you're building equity on the full value of your property, not just your half. If you buy a $700,000 place together and it becomes worth $900,000 in 5 years, you both benefit from that $200,000 in appreciation. The people who waiting for rates to drop, waiting until they can do it alone, waiting until the market cools down, they're often just kept waiting. The people who buy, even imperfectly, even with a partner, start building wealth. Now, I want to answer the 4 questions I get from almost every co-buyer client, because these things are the things that stop people from moving forward. What if one of us wants to sell and the other doesn't? This is the most important question to answer before you buy. And the good news is it's completely solvable. Before you close, you put a co-ownership agreement in writing. This spells out exactly what happens: who gets the right of first refusal to buy the other person out, what's the timeline, how do you agree on a sale price. The mistake people make is assuming they'll figure it out later because they trust each other right now, and they probably will figure it out later, but later is much more expensive and emotionally harder than before. The people who do this right put the exit plan in writing before they even close. It's not about distrust, it's about clarity. Do we both need to qualify for the mortgage? It depends on how you structure the loan. If both names are on the mortgage, both incomes count, which is often the whole point. More income means you qualify for more and potentially better rates, but both credit profiles matter too. In some situations, it actually makes more sense for one person to be on the mortgage, with ownership handled separately through how you hold title. There's no universal right answer here. It comes down to your specific credit profiles, income, and goals. This is one of the first things I walk through with co-buying clients because getting it wrong starts costing money. What if we have really different incomes? Very common, very workable. Different incomes usually just means different ownership percentages. One partner contributes more to the down payment or monthly costs and holds a larger share of the equity. You can do a 50-50 split, a 70-30 split, a 60-40 split, whatever reflects the actual financial contribution. What I've seen work and what I've seen fail. What works is when everything is agreed upon clearly and put in writing before you close. What fails is ambiguity, not the structure itself, the ambiguity. I've helped clients structure both 50-50 and 70-30 deals. Both can work beautifully. The split is not the issue, the documentation is. So if you're watching this and thinking, okay, this might actually make sense for my situation, Here's what the process looks like. Step 1 is a conversation with your potential partner. Before you look at a single property, before you talk to a lender, you need clarity on a few things. What are both of your timelines? What are you each comfortable spending monthly? What's your exit plan if things change? What happens if one of you loses your job and wants to move? These conversations feel awkward, but they're so much easier to have before you're emotionally attached to a property. Step 2 is understanding your combined numbers. On my website, I have a tool that lets you model exactly what you can afford together, what the down payment split looks like, the monthly payments look like at different price points. I'll link it below. Most people are genuinely surprised at what becomes reachable when you split the costs. Step 3 is a strategy call with me. Every partnership is different incomes, different credit profiles, different goals. In about 30 minutes, I can map out what loan structure makes sense, what you can realistically qualify, and what you need to do to be ready right now. Here's the thing about co-buying that I want to leave you with. It's not a workaround, it's not a compromise. For a lot of buyers in this market, especially in New York, it's actually the most strategic path to ownership. The people who figure this out early stop waiting and start building. The ones who wait for the perfect moment to do it alone sometimes wait for a very long time. If you want to see what this actually looks like for your situation, not a general estimate, your actual numbers, the link to schedule a call with me is in the description. No pressure, no pitch, just a clear picture of what's possible. I'm Nicole Hamilton Bernheimer. I specialize in first-time homebuyers and co-buyers in the New York area. If this video was useful, subscribe. If you're thinking about buying with a partner, download the co-buyer checklist link below. It's the same framework I use with my clients. I'll see you in the next one.